Assalamu alaikum. So, yes, I did want to destroy Islam, and yes, I am a Muslim. So, what is the point of this video? Well, that was a few years back. So, essentially, I wanted to destroy any religion. I didn't care about any religion, any culture, any way of life that is more traditional than the modern progressive mind. So I was very much obsessed with the idea of getting rid of any traditional way of life because I saw it as a blocker of progress. And this kind of mindset, many people have it, especially nowadays. You are programmed to have this mind where you're thinking about how can we make things better and improve and go to the next level, and these things are just holding us back, and these are backwards, right? And it's kind of like adopted by everybody, like of course this is true. But it's so dangerous if you think about it. That's a dominant idea, and the idea that is in the head of these people, that was in my head, wants to dominate. Basically every idea wants to dominate, but this idea wanted to dominate any other way of life. On surface it pretends it's tolerating, so like, yeah, okay, we can have some Muslims, or okay, go to church. But in my mind I would be like, this is so stupid, man, this is ridiculous. And I remember I had a friend of mine, she's a Christian Orthodox whatever, and I would laugh at her like, what do you believe these fairy tales and stuff? And we met like a few months ago, I'm a Muslim practicing and all that, and she was like, you remember when you told me like you were like laughing at my faith, like what about you now, like you're praying and stuff, like you're fasting, like what's going on? And I said, like, funny how life gets. But anyways, I mean, it took like 10 years for me to change my mind. It wasn't like just out of nowhere. However, I do believe most of the people you talk to, they have this mindset, like you have to basically go to the root cause of this virus in their head and ask them why they believe it, why they think it's actually true, that with time humanity can improve somehow morally. How that can be possible? Because it's not possible. If you look at the history of our species, we don't improve with time. Actually, there's genocides happening right now. Plus, there has been issues with many things just past 100 years ago. So like, how are we getting, by getting smarter and more advanced, how is that helping our morality improve? How is that helping us live a better life? If you look at the data, then of course you realize this is not true, and you've been brainwashed. Because yes, if you get rid of all the traditions and the scientific progress and AI and everything is at the forefront, that is a pure materialistic mindset. But where does that lead? So look at the last question. It leads to you being in a chip. Like here, you're in a chip, in a microchip in Taiwan. You're a chip basically. You're in a cloud. You have nothing. You have no human sense, because everything that we value as human beings, like love, our children, parents, our community, maybe our country, some of us, our religion, of course, but anything like that we all identify with, like it's deeply rooted, is basically bad. It's basically bad. So like anything like that is going. So at some point, yeah, the gender is going. Yeah, the anything that holds you back is going away. Like your ethnicity, your race, your religion, all of it needs to be wiped out. So there, none of that identification is there, and you're just like a chip. You're a chip. And that is the goal. It doesn't sound that great, but this is like, because in their heads this is like the best thing that can ever happen. Because at that moment, imagine what you can do with your life if you don't have to work, because there's robots everywhere, and like we can just focus on creative work and be in tune with our emotions and maybe take some LSD. And okay, so this is still like you're looking at instincts, like you're looking at like art and stuff, which is like deep human instincts such as love, but at the same time you want to get rid of those instincts. On the other hand, like people have a huge instinct in belief in God, which is scientifically proven. Like people believe in the creator anywhere in the world. People believe in ethnic races, or people believe in their countries and nationalities. People believe in their communities and their families. Like people have beliefs, like I love my grandma, like I don't have to explain it, like I love my son, and like those things are then bad, and then on the other hand the other stuff are good. And it's just a crazy paradox. And to think like that, that's like the biggest trap of your life, really, to have this mindset virus of progressive thinking. It actually leads to some dark places. I mean, I was depressed, of course. I had major issues, and yeah, you are basically, yeah, very sad individual at the end of the day, because you have no community. So you're alone, living in a big city, making that money for a corporation. So that's your life. You're watching Netflix, probably masturbating a lot. Then you have like no contact with your family. You don't care, so you moved out. You may be in a different country, so you lost complete touch with your roots. Then you may be, you get a girlfriend, but you don't really have a family because it's like, commitment and stuff. And then maybe like, yeah, nationalism, like, oh, stupid, like I'm a world citizen. So what is that? And you're like living like this until you like die, until like the old age, and then no one can take care of you because you have no children and your family is cut off. So like you're just kind of like dying alone. And you've been a productive citizen. You paid your taxes. You cared about democracy and freedom, of course, and you cared about human rights. And then you basically die as a sad human. No one will care for you at all. Some people maybe will show up to your funeral, and that's pretty much it. Like that's kind of your life. How empty. How imagine the emptiness of this existence. So yeah, it's quite model. Like this is the standard you want to go to. I mean, not everybody's adopting it. Like there's a pushback, and I don't think even in Europe this is accepted. But crazy stuff, right? So if you want to avoid living like this and dying in that state, then embrace Islam, because it gives you all that stuff without the bad stuff. So without this dumb national principle, without the dumb ethnic, like race, whatever. It's based on your belief, based on your akida. So if you believe in a creator, then that is the ultimate defining thing that will define your afterlife and your life here. So best way of life, best system, and yeah, just highly suggest you adopt it before you die, because then you'll realize, dang, I missed out, and there's no coming back. So it's just a quick video. I'm back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.